If you have a family history of Hashimoto's, that's fine. If you have a family history of thyroid medullary cancers, carcinomas, then that is going to be an issue. Specifically medullary. You don't want to do GLP-1s. Yeah, now look, perimenopause is also a big issue. That certainly doesn't help the situation. If you're in menopause, you're in perimenopause, your inflammation levels increase, your insulin resistance increases, and so you run into issues too as well. So that's why we have a program that focuses on fixing that. We address that specifically by getting to the root cause of inflammation, by getting to the root cause of insulin resistance. So let me know in the comments a little bit more about, what you guys are dealing with. Lydia says it's going on. Yeah, we talked about perimenopause. Perimenopause, we can fix that. We can totally fix that. I take B12 for energy and lion's mane for brain fog. Those can help. Those can help, but those are not going to override and fix the underlying issue. Welcome everybody. If you just joined us, my name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics that service across the nation, all 50 states. Specifically, we help people optimize their GLP-1 weight loss, helping them to break through weight loss plateaus. Let me know in the comments a little bit more about, what's going on with your journey. Are you currently struggling? And let's talk about solutions. I want to make this a solution. Good morning. Yes, this is live. I am live right now. This is not a recording. This is me live right now. So welcome. Feel free to introduce yourself. Drop your questions. Let me know a little bit more about, like I said, what you're struggling with specifically so that we can get in here and we can talk about what's going on. Just so you guys know, I am live on YouTube, I am live on TikTok, and I'm about to go live on Facebook as well. Let's get this party started. We'll go live on Instagram too. I'm missing my thing that I would use to go. Let's see. We could use this. So we're gonna have to use this. That'll help. There we go. Why does it work some weeks and other weeks it's like I've injected water? Because your body is starting to plateau. Your body is starting to plateau to the medication. A couple things you need to understand, guys. When you're blasting your body with the high doses of the medication, your body starts to lose responsiveness. When you undereat over an extended period of time, you lose responsiveness to the medication. So this is crucial that we help you get to the root cause of these issues. I want to get into all of that today because this, I coach thousands of patients, every single day. So I'm on these calls with these patients and we're talking about these issues, and it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild what I'm seeing. It's beyond me, but there's a reason why it is this way. And so we'll get into all of this and cover all that right now. All right, just turning on the live here on Facebook. Perfect. Okay, cool. Dr. Pepper. Make sure it's diet Dr. Pepper. Make sure it's Diet Dr. Pepper if you're going to have Dr. Pepper. Lou, I've lost 23.6 pounds. That's fantastic. Let's see. It says we are not able to go live on Instagram. Really? Oh, that's awful. Been on Kiko. I don't think I understand your question, Kiko. If you want to elaborate on that. I'm eating right now and I can't seem to lose weight. I went from 2.5 to 5 and I'm just stuck. What is the starter exercise plan? Resistance training. Hands down, the most important form of exercise that you should be doing, guys, without a doubt, is resistance training. You need to resistance train. And, you know, I'm on these coaching calls, like I said, every single day. Good morning, Angel's mom. And this is overlooked. It's so easy to skip the weight training when in reality, it's the most important form of exercise that you need. So let me see here real quick. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about weight loss stalls, and I want to talk to you about medication resets. So the metabolic reset is how we fix weight loss stalls. So let me know in the comments right now, are you currently stalled? What does that look like for you? How much weight have you lost? And how long have you currently been stalled? Because I want to teach you guys, good morning, Cynthia. I want to teach you guys how to fix that, because the solution is actually easier than you think. There is totally a solution to fixing weight loss stalls. What does that look like? How do you do that? That's absolutely what I want to talk to you guys about. I've been stalled. So Cindy's been stalled for 4 months. I've lost about 40 pounds in a year's time. So that's a great start. But now, why are you stalled? And how can you fix that? This is what we're going to talk about here shortly. Lydia lost 70 pounds, but I've been at 166 for about 3 months now. So congrats, a lot of weight loss, but why are you stalled? So the main reason why people will stall on their GLP-1 medications, you're going to want to pay attention to this, is because you've been under eating over an extended period of time. You've been under eating over an extended period of time. And because of that, what it ultimately ended up happening to your body is it went into a state of metabolic downregulation. Okay, your metabolism slowed down over time. We can literally see this on thyroid labs. We can literally see this on blood panel. And we take comprehensive blood panels every single day. So we're looking at this stuff with patients and just seeing the degree of metabolic downregulation. And it's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy how bad it is. But, you know, that's why we do what we do. You know, we do what we do to help you guys fix that. So the metabolic reset is the solution to fixing a weight loss stall. And we talked earlier about what does this look like? What does it look like when you're in a metabolic stall, when you're in a starvation mode, you're tired, you're brain foggy, you're constipated, you're feeling cold, you know, your body's achy, like you're not feeling good. So I want to make sure that we walk you guys through this process, because you can fix it. You absolutely can fix this. Let's see, pop out. What does pop out? What peptides am I on? Currently MOT-C and microdosing my GLP-1s. Hey, what's up, Peptide Journeyman? How are you, my friend? Just B, can you correct this? Yes, you can. You can absolutely correct the metabolic downregulation. So you have to, and we're going to talk about this next. This is literally what I want to talk about next. I want to talk about fixing your metabolic stall, your metabolic downregulation. You do this with a reset or a reverse diet. I'm 48. When should I expect metabolism to slow down? It's not so much that the metabolism slows down, it's that you become insulin resistant. The metabolism slows down as a symptom to insulin resistance and inflammation. This is the primary driver behind the slow creep of weight gain. Yes, you're in a surplus. You are in a calorie surplus. But it's the insulin resistance and inflammation that drive the behavior and the body's response, the amount of calories you burn at rest. It's those two things that ultimately dictate the caloric surplus or the caloric deficit. So insulin is driving this. So you start these GLP-1 medications and you start eating less. And guess what? You start eating less, your inflammation improves, your metabolic health improves, and that's why you start losing weight. But you stall very quickly because this is what happens when you're insulin resistant. When you're insulin resistant, your body, it's like there's a weight set point. There's a thermostat that's trying to keep your body weight high. And so you have to carefully approach weight loss without going into starvation mode. We do prescribe Peptide Journeyman. We prescribe these peptides. We prescribe MOTS-C. Just so you guys know, we do offer these peptides, all 50 states. We ship it from a high quality 503A pharmacy, ships directly to your doorstep. And so if you guys have any questions about these services, these peptides, and you want to learn more, click that link in the bio or shoot us a text message right here, 229-441. 3562. I've learned how to read upside down. Let's see. Any opinions on GHK copper? I think GHK copper is great. It improves collagen synthesis. It can help hair, skin. It's definitely a powerful anti-aging peptide. Yeah, Matt, I've taken Sloop and I've gotten leaner from it. Sloop paired up with the GLP-1s, it's a really good combo. So there are peptides that can help you burn more fat. Sloop 332, AOD 9604. But you know what's more powerful? It's getting the coaching to teach you how to do a reverse diet. It's teaching you how to do a metabolic reset. So this is what we do with our patients every single day. We help them in this metabolic situation. Can you take ashwagandha on your GLP-1s? Sure. What are you taking the ashwagandha for? If you're watching me on Facebook, say hi, drop a comment, so we can chit chat here. Let's see. Yes, you can stack Sloop and AOD. This is a really powerful combo to really torch the fat off, to really mobilize more fat. That's one of our favorite stacks. So let me know, guys, do you want me to talk about the metabolic reset? How to fix the weight loss stall? And then we can talk about becoming a hyper responder and increasing your results. How many of you guys on YouTube want me to talk about the metabolic reset? Cynthia, I know that you've been following me on YouTube here because I can see the little thing there. So that's awesome. And I would love to help you. Cynthia, all you got to do is shoot us a text message. I know the number's backwards on my screen, but one of my moderators on YouTube can give you the phone number. Guys, make sure you give Cynthia the phone number. Is to help her get into the program and get that first consultation. The process starts, the process starts with scheduling a consultation with my experts. That's where it starts, okay? So what does the metabolic reset look like, guys? This is a structured program where you have to slowly increase the amount of calories that your body eats over time, over a 3 to 6 week period. You see, remember, your body is in starvation mode. It took weeks and months, sometimes years, of you chronically undereating where the body responded and decreased the metabolism. So now we have to create the reverse signal. We have to slowly increase the intake of calories systematically week by week in order to tell the body, hey, chill out, homie. You know, chill out, homie. You don't need to slow down the metabolism. I'm not starving, right? If you could talk to your body's like, but I thought you were starving because you're barely eating. I was trying to keep you alive. If I didn't do this, you would have died. Dumbass, that's what your body says. Stop under eating, dumbass. You know what I mean? And literally, this is the metaphorical conversation here. And it's interesting because in a true like old school ancestral times, you appreciated having a body who could do that, slow down the metabolism. You don't appreciate it now anymore. So you need to convince your body that you are no longer starving. So week number 1, and pay attention to this, guys, because this is literally the same framework that we teach our patients. So I want you guys to have it all right now for free. So you find out how many calories you're eating. How many calories are you averaging? Are you consuming? A lot of you guys have no idea because you're not counting, you're not tracking, you're not paying attention to this. You're just going, right? You're just eating less. So are you averaging 800 calories? Are you averaging 1,000 calories? Are you averaging 1,200 calories? Like, how many calories are you averaging? So, and by the way, just to give you an idea, the average human, 40 to 60-year-old female, close to perimenopause, menopause, probably should be consuming about 1,800 calories. And the good news is, Marie, you don't need to count calories for life. You don't at all. See, once we fix your body, you don't need to count calories. I only need you to do it for a couple weeks. That's it. Can you do it for a couple weeks, Mary? Could you get serious and count your calories for a couple weeks and then never have to do it again? Let me know, guys, is counting calories for a couple weeks something that you think you could do? Because I agree with you, counting calories for the rest of your life, that's a pain in the ass. And you're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That's why I don't recommend it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to keep counting your calories for the rest of your life because we're going to fix your body. If we fix your insulin resistance, if we lower your inflammation levels through sustainable strategies, you won't have to count your calories because you can just listen to your body. You can just listen to your hunger cues. 1,200 calories, significantly under eating. Eric, 500 calories per day, you're probably not eating 500 calories a day. But if you are starving yourself because the average should be about 1,800 to 1,900 calories. And if you're a male, it should be 2,000 to 2,500, give or take. So the first goal is to figure out how many calories you're averaging, okay? So does everybody have that? Step number 1, figure out how many calories that you are averaging. Hello, Karen. Sloop is a powerful fat mobilizing peptide that supercharges your GLP-1 results, Karen. So if you want to learn more about Sloop, shoot us a text message at the number right here, Karen. And then you can schedule a free consultation to learn how to do this, how to add Sloop. Yeah, Matt, exactly. Once you count your calories for a couple weeks, you do learn a lot about how much you were eating. under eating or overeating for that matter. You don't need to continue to do it. So, hey, Kevin, what's up, my man? Yeah, Kevin was significantly under eating. Like this is a real thing. This is a real thing. And a lot of people don't talk about this because they don't understand how this works. You know, most of you guys, tell me if I'm wrong or tell me if I'm right, please. Most of you guys were given the medication, you were prescribed, and there was no coaching. There was no guidance. There was no structure. They gave you the medication and they said, have a nice day. They said, eat more protein. They said, eat more protein and go move your body, right? Is that about the gist of the advice they gave you? I hear it every single day that my free advice on YouTube, on TikTok, teaches you more than your doctors that are prescribing the damn medication do. So Cindy's like, they didn't even teach me that. That's wild. It's not wild though, because I hear this stuff every single day. So, by the way, real quick, if you're not following me on YouTube, you need to go see my YouTube page, because all these things that I'm teaching you about, I put out 3 videos a week. I put out 3 videos every single week on our YouTube page that teaches you how to fix your stall, how to speed up your results, how to reduce your inflammation, how to break through these stalls, how to do a medication reset. All that information is on my YouTube page. So you definitely need to go check that out so that you guys can understand. All you got to do to find me on YouTube, guys, by the way, is go to YouTube and type in Dr. Jones DC. Yeah, this is the shirt that you can reach out to us, Sammy. The 229-441-3562. Go to YouTube right now and type in Dr. Jones DC. If you guys are watching me on the YouTube live, click the thing and go follow me. Turn on the notifications, subscribe, and turn on the bell if you guys want to learn. If you don't want to learn, then don't do that. But if you want to learn, I can promise you those videos are the most comprehensive GLP-1 coaching videos you will see on YouTube, without a doubt. I can say that confidently. So, okay. So let's get back to the reset. Do you guys understand where we're coming from here? Do you guys understand the starting point here? You figure out how many calories you're averaging. Hey, boy mom, thank you so much. If you want to find me on YouTube, type in Dr. Jones DC and you will find my YouTube page. So once you figure out how many calories, thank you, Lindler. I'm glad that the videos are helpful. And if you can't increase your calories, we're going to talk about a solution to that. If you guys are trying to eat more, but you can't, I have a solution for you as well. Let me know in the comments if you agree that you need to eat more. You already know that, but you can't eat more because you're struggling because you're always full or you're always nauseous. Let me know, because that's a separate problem. And we're going to talk about how you can do that. How can you decrease your dose under medical supervision so that you can increase your appetite? But we're going to finish talking about the metabolic reset. Who qualifies for a medication reset is the next thing I'm going to talk about. But right now we're talking about the metabolic reset. So step number 1, after you figure out how many calories you're averaging, yes, if you're in Australia, we can still coach you guys. We can coach you. Some of you guys are asking, how can you reach out to us? Text the number, click the link on the page. We can't prescribe outside of the US, but if you're outside the US, we can still coach you. You need to increase your calories. Step number 1 is to increase your calories by about 200. So if you're averaging about 1,000 calories, step number 1 is increase your calories by 1,200. And then do that for an entire week. 1,200 calories every day. Don't go keto yet. You don't want to go keto yet. You want to keep a moderate amount of carbs. Get rid of the junk food if you haven't already. Think paleo, Mediterranean. Keep the carbs in there. 1,200 calories. After 1 week of doing this, then you increase to 1,400 calories. And you do that for another week. Pay attention to your symptoms. Are you feeling better? Is the coldness going away? Is the brain fog going away? Or is the energy levels increasing? And then most importantly, do you feel less constipated, less achy? And what's gonna blow your mind when you do this right is you won't gain weight. You won't gain weight when you do this correctly because you are slowly and systematically increasing your calories over time. If you increase your calories too fast, you will gain weight. If you increase your calories too abruptly, you will gain weight because it takes time for your metabolism to speed up in response to your increased intake of food. Your metabolism didn't go into starvation mode overnight. It's not going to come out of starvation mode overnight. This is a process that takes time, anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how severe your starvation mode is. So this is where the coaching comes into play. This is where the guidance and structure come into play. Because I know a lot of you guys are scared. Let me know in the comments right now, are you afraid to eat more? This is serious because I want to help you through this. I want to walk you guys through this because you may not know this, but I've lost 100 pounds myself. And I didn't just lose 100 pounds. I struggled for damn near a decade. I lost 100 pounds when I was 16 years old. It's a long time ago. And every single year after that, I lost and I regained, and I lost and I regained, and I lost and I regained over and over and over. So no bullshit here. I've walked a mile in your shoes. I've walked many miles in your shoes. Having a body that you feel like you can't control, having a body that you feel like you can't control, I understand what that's like personally. So I don't just help patients through this every single day. I live it myself. And so I have a lot of reality and understanding of this process. If you're scared to eat more, there needs to be a mental exercise that you need to start with. You need to start with a mental exercise where you sit down with yourself, you turn off your phone, and you sit down and you look at the problem. What's the problem you're trying to solve? You're trying to break your weight loss stall. You want to lose more weight. Why? Because you want to get healthy. Why? Because you want to live for longer. You know, you just keep doing that thought experiment all the way down. And usually you get emotional because this is like such a big freaking deal. What that whole thought experiment does is like supercharges your motivation. Okay, great. Now you go back to the problem. I'm afraid of gaining weight. Okay, why do you think you're going to gain weight? Because I've been programmed for so many decades to think that I need to undereat. Okay, well, what is this new information telling you? Because the new information that I'm telling you is you're not going to gain weight. But the old information is telling you that you are. So the magic is sitting here in this thought experiment and figuring out, well, do I believe the old information or do I believe the new information? Intuitively, you believe the new information because the old information isn't working for you. So you have to sit there and have like space and time for the new data, for the new information to wash out the old information. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. It's scary to accept new information. It's scary to trust new information. You have to be vulnerable. What if Dr. Jones is wrong? Okay, fine. What if I'm right? What if I'm right? Which I know I'm right, by the way. Like, how confident am I in this? Very. So like, this isn't a guess here. I feel extremely confident. But let's just say for a second you're being cautiously optimistic, right? Just say you're being a little cautiously optimistic. Okay, fine. If you can handle Dr. Jones is wrong, then there you go. You just solved your fear. Because your fear to eat more food is coming from the fact that you don't want the new information to be wrong. But you're kind of screwed right now anyways. Like, you don't have a solution right now. So any possible change to what you're doing now is either going to keep you in the same place where you're not winning, or you're going to win. So what do you have to lose? And so this is coaching 101, you know? If this conversation was enough to just flip a switch in you, fantastic. But I know a lot of you guys are gonna need additional follow-up. A lot of you guys are gonna need support. You're gonna need structure. You're gonna wanna be part of a community of thousands of individuals who think like this. You know, this is like I said, because I've walked through your shoes and I also have a track record of helping a lot of people do this. We have the framework. We figured it out. And I'd love to help you guys do that. I'd love to help you. So if any of this stuff, resonates with you, if you are tired of floundering, if you're tired of not having structure, shoot us a text message right now, because you are putting so much effort to restore your health, but you're not getting the results. Let's get you the damn results, okay? Before you know it, we're in Q4 right now. Can you take Sloop? Should you stop the GLP-1 during the reset? That's a great question. The last thing I want to talk about, guys, before I hop off, is the medication reset. Who qualifies for a medication reset? You guys probably don't even know what a medication reset is. Hey, Wyatt, I don't know you, but I'd love to get to know you and I'd love to help you, man. Whatever you're going through, just understand that there's a space here that I have for you. And if you want to get helped, I'm here to help you. But I don't know your story in particular, Wyatt. You're right. Okay, so what I was saying was, if you want to reach out, shoot us a text message right here, the 229-441-3562. This is the best way to reach out to my team. This is the easiest way to reach out to my team. Hello, Bori. Well, thank you so much for showing your support, Bori. I appreciate that. Does anybody have questions about the metabolic reset before I switch gears and talk about the medication reset? Does anybody have questions on the metabolic reset before we start talking about the medication reset? Hey, Adrienne. That's literally what we're talking about right now, so I'm glad you dropped that question. We're gonna help you with all that. Kevin, it's tough, man. You know, but the good news is we're gonna help you build that muscle back. We're gonna help you build that muscle back. Let's see. Yeah, we can help you with that. Milk. Is it a 48-hour fast? So the long fasting is a very strategic tool. The long therapeutic fasting is a very powerful strategic tool that we use to help our patients achieve long-term results. So Cynthia, let us know if you need help with the link. Just shoot us a text message and we can help you that way too as well. Whatever's easier. Okay, so I don't see any questions about the metabolic reset. The metabolic reset can take anywhere between 3 to 6 weeks. Carlos, I have to flip gears now because I already talked about the reset. But Carlos, 2 things you should do. Go to my YouTube page, type in Dr. Jones DC, and then also, if you want to work with me, if you want me to help you, shoot us a text message right here at the 229 number. Okay, so who qualifies? Actually, what is a medication reset? A medication reset is a medical supervised program where you become resensitized to the medication. The goal of the medication reset is to lower your dose, to increase the effectiveness of the medication, to cause your body to respond better, on a lower dose. That's the goal. Also, it sets you up for long-term success in the future, because one of the main reasons why you're struggling is because the medication's not working anymore. This is particularly important for you if you're on larger doses. How many of you guys are on larger doses right now? 7.5, 10, 12, 15 of tirzepatide, 1.5, 2, 2.4 of semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound. How many of you guys are on the larger doses? How many of you been on the larger doses for over 6 months? This medication reset is such a powerful tool. It is such a powerful tool that no doctors ever talk about. No doctors ever get into this. It's wild. Unfortunately, they don't do this. So what happens when you're on larger doses for an extended period of time? Okay? What happens? Ultimately, what happens is your body's responsiveness to the medication decreases. Your body's responsiveness to the medication decreases. You got to understand that this isn't shocking in the world of human physiology, right? Your body decreases responsiveness to many things that it's chronically exposed to over an extended period of time. You develop resistance to hormones. You develop resistance to other pharmaceuticals. Insulin resistance is chronic exposure to insulin. So this isn't shocking that the medication's chronically high exposure to your body would create a scenario where it stops working, where you stop responding to it. This is why they continue to increase the dose, increase the dose, increase the dose. So a medication reset is a beautiful thing. This has to be done under medical supervision. Like our providers we have a whole format to help you with this. But we slowly decrease your dose over a 3-week period down to 0. And then you're off the medication entirely. I know this sounds scary, so bear with me. Bear with me here, and I gotta hop off in like 2 minutes. But I'll be back. So you're off the medication, you skip 3 injections, and then on that 4th week, you start back on the starter dose. Holy shit. Does your life transform? Because you realize after this experiment, I didn't need the medication as much as I thought. Most people realize I didn't need the medication as much as I thought. Some people, they go, holy shit, I really needed the medication. Okay, cool. You can be A or B. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if you do this experiment, this procedure, if you will, under our guidance, right? Because I don't know anybody else that's doing this right now. You will learn that you're an A or a B. I didn't need it that bad. I needed it a lot. Even if you find out you needed it a lot, guess what? You go back to it, and mentally you're more tough. Mentally, you've endured forcing yourself to rely on you and not the medication. There is mental toughness that is developed by doing this, by implementing this strategy. And I can tell you from clinical experience that I see patients responding to lower doses like clockwork after this. A really good done medication reset causes you to be on a lower dose afterwards, and it works much better. So guys, I gotta run. I gotta start my day here. But let me remind you how to reach out to us. This phone number right here, the 229-441-3562. This is the best way to reach out to my team. All you gotta do is shoot us a text message. Let them know that you wanna get set up for a consultation. And yeah, that's pretty much how that works, right? You'll get to speak with one of my experts. They'll get to know your history, your struggle, what's going on, and then we'll be able to make a recommendation of like what kind of programs we have. We do service all 50 states. We're talking about coaching, peptides, GLP-1s. So if you already have the medications and you just need coaching, fantastic. Maybe you have the medications and you need coaching and peptides, whatever it is, we got you covered. All right, guys, have a good day. Enjoy your Friday. We'll see you later.